From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
What's up, world? It's the one and only Pop DBIC, the primetime capper, and it is time for Horsin Around, presented by Stable Duel. And you know what it's all about. I am your West Coast handicapper, and you already know I am a child of Santa Anita racetrack as well, too. So, you know, I got to get you guys right because that is my backyard right there. And let's go ahead and talk about race one to start the day. Race one is going to be a $50,000 claimer. $47,000 purse, 8 furlongs on the turf as well too. I'm gonna rock with the horse by the name of Zippy Baby in this spot. Zippy Baby is I like the speed figs on Zippy Baby. Zippy Baby actually came out as an 8-1, but there is money going in on this horse right now. The horse is 7-2, and this horse is trained by Tim McCannon. It's going to be ridden by Kyle Frey, and pretty much it's crazy. It's good to see Kyle down here. Kyle was handling his business up at Golden Gate for a few years and was down at Santa Anita, tried to make the move, but this wasn't the right time for him. He went back, got some seasoning. He's back now, and he's getting some good mounts and everything. And I like the way that this sets up. This is a Golden Gate connection right here that is a very good connection. So why not? And then we have in the 6 hole, we have Optimistic Velour. This is going to be you would want to call now the Curry of the West Coast of the SoCal meets, and that's going to be Peter Miller and Flavian Pratt linking up. Peter Miller trained horse. Optimistic Velour is the favorite right now as well. 5-2, 8-5 morning line as well too, but 5-2 right now. Last time the horse was seen was over at Del Mar on the 6th of September, and the horse wound up finishing last. But the horse had finished first before that. So, you know, it's kind of a mixed bag, but this horse is dropping in class as well, too. So, you know, everything is pretty much in a good spot. But, you know, they're trying to get – it looks like, you know, pretty much $50,000 claimers. It's like if the horse is really, really good, somebody may claim it. But we all know $50,000 claimers, though. It's really just for the high purse. But we have Optimistic Velour in this spot. Then we have Mucho del Oro. This is a good sneaky horse right here. 7-2 morning line, 5-1 right now. Horse is not getting a lot of action as of yet, but I know the late money will be going in with Mucho del Oro because when you look at the combination, you have Richie Baltus and Umberto Rispoli together, and this is a horse for courses as well too. This horse has done very well, and actually this horse has won the last 2 times out at Santa Anita, so this horse will get the late push, so be ready for that. And then you got Kennebeck. Kennebeck is a horse that doesn't really do bad. It's not great, but the horse always figures out ways to keep itself in the group, and it did finish first last time out at Golden Gate back on October 1st. Now, Jonathan Wong is over here trying to get some of that Santa Anita money because he feels like he has a hot horse. But you know what? It's always you're always in good shape when you're dealing with the horses that he does have in place as well, too, Jonathan Wong. So we move on and let's talk about race 2. Race 2 is another is a starter allowance race. Race 2 is a very tricky race. It's a 5-horse field. Now it's a 4-horse field. And pretty much you have what I feel is a 2-horse race between Colosi and Red Velour. But I think Red Velour is about due for a big day today. And I do like this horse at 6-5. You know me, I don't like jumping all over these horses who are big favorites and everything like that. But come on. This horse has won their last 4 races in a row, dating back to June. And this horse is won twice at Los Alamitos, won twice over at Del Mar. And the last time out over at Santa Anita, the horse did place last. But you know what? That's all good and well because the horse did win in a 10-horse field back in 2020. So I know that this horse can win at this racetrack. And we know that Red Velour is a pretty good horse as is. This horse is very, very fast. And if this horse can get the front, it may not be looking back. So pretty much that's why I'm going Reveler. Closey's always a horse that tries hard, and Stitzy gives us a little bit of balance here if they're going to go ahead and count the trifecta, which they probably won't do since they only have 4 horses. But this is a good horse to put into a exacta box because anything can happen. But Stitzy's at 8-1. That brings us the value that we need here. All right, so we move on and we have race 3, which is a mating claiming race, $32,000 purse. We're gonna rock with the horse by the name of Good Vibes Only, and sometimes, and this is kind of a hunch play in a sense, but I like the way that Shelby Ruiz has horses out the first time. You guys know that she's had a couple special ones as well too, first time out as well. But this is a claiming race, so you're probably not looking at the horse in the same fashion as saying that that you feel like this horse can be one of those big horses. But at the end of the day, this is always a good look for me when you have Shelby Ruiz and Kyle Frey as well too. And this horse is a first timer. And see, sometimes I just can see a first timer breaking out. And I feel like Good Vibes Only is going to break out. I think that they gave the horse a pretty cool name. And usually when you got a pretty cool name, you're a pretty good horse, in my opinion. When they give you a bad name, that's when it's like, okay, I don't know about this guy. All right, so we have the one horse Midnight Somewhere, who is rolling in as the morning line favorite. I don't know if that will hold because Wouldn't I Did has the duo that a lot of people are going to gravitate to, and that's going to be Peter Miller and Flavian Pratt. Midnight Somewhere is trained by Dean Peterson and is going to be written by TJ Pereira. Then The Devil Be Me. The Devil Be Me is trained by Billy Spar, and Gio Franco is going to be riding this horse as well too. The horse finished 7th out of 8 horses at Los Alamitos in a race where they were probably just getting the horse a race. And so pretty much this horse does have a good look to it because it's already has the experience. But that means absolutely nothing in a maiden claiming race because a lot of these horses have a little bit of experience and pretty much have not done well. But I like first timers in races like these. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out. But this should be a really, really good race today. All right, we go to race 4 now. In race 4, we do have a maiden special weight that could possibly be a horse that could be possibly be a big time 3-year-old as well too. I think it's a little too late to say Breeders' Cup situation, but this is a baby race between nothing but colts, and I'm going to go with the horse by the name of Don't Swear Dave. Don't Swear Dave actually finished 4th over at Santa Anita and lost by 12 lengths, but that horse was a very good horse that beat them that day as well too. So when you look at this situation right here, and that was Winning Map as well. So Winning Map was a big time favorite that day, Bob Baffert horse, and then Sir London was pretty good as well too. And the Keith DeSormo horse was decent, but all in all, though, those horses have done pretty well since then. But I think that Don't Swear Dave, or if I think that Don't Swear Dave should be big here. Redham Racing horse. Mario Gutierrez is riding this horse. It's a Doug O'Neill trainee as well, too. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out. But I do like Don't Swear Dave because his experience calls for him to, and the way he finished that race calls for him to get much better in this race today. So that's where I'm going. And Messier is going to be the Bob Baffert trainee. Flavian Pratt will be riding as well too. Empire Maker Colt, and this horse is 6-5 on the morning line. It's going to get a lot of looks as well because it's a Baffert. It's that simple. And then we're going to go with the Baffert, the other Baffert trainee, who's another 9-5 morning line horse, and this is going to be Black Adder. Black Adder is part of the Pulpit lineage and Quality Road colt. So this horse owned by Starlight Racing. This is a pretty good idea, pretty good situation. And both these horses are actually owned by the same owners as well. So they really don't care who wins. One of them got to win. And then I'm going to go with Doug's second horse in this race because simply he has Money Mike riding the horse, and Godsend should be it could be the horse that really fouls things up a little bit. So I like the basic 1, 2, 3, 4 combination here. When you actually go ahead and box these horses, if you're gonna box these horses, so that's what we're gonna do here. So that's gonna be the first 4 races of the day over at Santa Anita. When I get back, I'm going to review races 5 through 8 and to also talk about the early pick 5 and the late pick 4. So be ready, and I'll be right back to you. This is Horsin' Around, presented by Stable Duel.
Now you and your friends can compete in the sport of kings and win big with Stable Duel. Get the app, pick your horses, and get in on the thrill of horse racing with daily games competing against other players. Bring home the glory and the cash, and move up the annual leaderboard while you leave your competition in the dust. Get in the game with Stable Duel. Play, race, win.
All right, we are back with Horsing Around, and let's get to the second half of the card. And up first is race 5. And race 5, I'm going to go with a horse that's one of the favorites. We have 3 different horses that have shorter prices on them, and I'm going to go with Cinti Winty. Cinti Winty is going to be ridden by Umberto Rispoli. Patty Gallagher is the trainer for this horse. So I like the way that this horse is coming into the race. Irish bred as well, too. Horse finished 3rd last time out in September. Horse has been off for about 6 weeks now. And this is coming off of 2 straight wins in a row. And one of those wins was over at Santa Anita in the same exact condition of 8 furlongs. And this was actually a maiden claiming race, but still it was a higher maiden claiming race as well, too. So this horse bounced back very well, going to Del Mar, beating 11 horses. I like what I see with that. The horse won as a 13-1 that day. They came back around as a 9-1 in a way tougher field, allowance optional claimer, and that was just a little bit too much for this horse. But I think this horse found what it likes most is in this starter allowance area right here, and I think that we can go ahead with Cinti Winty in this spot and see what Cinti Winty can do. Because last time out at Santa Anita, Cinti Winty was a big favorite, was an even favorite. So the horse is used to the course, and hopefully can go ahead and duplicate what it did back on June 6th of this year. All right, so we move on and let's talk about Aloha Kitten. Aloha Kitten actually finished first back on October 8th as a 9-2. This was in a claiming race for 28K. Same condition for this horse as well, too. This horse couldn't get right over at Gulfstream. So they brought the horse out to back out to California, and the horse was able to get themselves a nice win. Now, when you see Doug O'Neill, Flavian Pratt, you automatically say to yourself, this should be a horse that should be finishing first, because usually when they hook up, they have a really, really good horse. But I think that what happens here is that Cinti Winty might be just too tough to beat today on the turf. Freedom Last is a horse that's pretty good as well, too. Freedom Last is coming in, was 2nd last time out, September 5th, 2021. And last time at Santa Anita, the horse finished 3rd on June 13th. So this horse does present a very good look, but I think that this horse is getting a lot of love because the horse did finish 2nd over at Del Mar in that race. So that's why the horse is seen here in the as the morning line favorite and everything like that at 2-1. But does that hold? We don't know. But the horse is coming out of a $40,000 starter allowance. This is $33,000. So the horse is used to the condition, and this is a shorter. This has a smaller group as well too. The horse went against 12 horses last time out. So this might be something that helps the horse out going against a shorter field. And if they direct the horse in a certain direction, if they direct the horse to hit the front immediately, it could be all she wrote. But I do expect this race to get intense when we do get to the stretch drive of it. All right, so that's what we're doing there. The 4-horse 2-1, and then there's Lady Naguis. Lady Naguis is going to be ridden by the Hall of Famer Kent DeSormo, trained by Vladimir Seren. Last time out, the horse finished dead last, 9th out of 9, and lost by 10 lengths. So when you look at this, the horse Last time did go 11 furlongs on the turf, so it's cutting back a little bit. And last time it did an 8, and last time it was in a condition like this, it finished 8th. But the horse last time at Santa Anita rode the downhill turf, was in a 10 furlong race, a stakes race actually, and actually finished 5th. So, the horse has been struggling, hasn't really done well since July 18th race where the horse finished 2nd. But this is horse, it goes very long. So this could loom somewhat of a danger a little bit, when you have horses that can go really long. You know what I mean? This horse can probably hit the front and really not lose much and take this wire to wire. So that's why this horse is in the group as well, too. All right, let's go ahead and check out the early pick five. Early pick five, we're going to go 1, 2, 4, 6. We're going to single the 5 in leg 2. We're going to go 1, 4, 10 in leg 3. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 in leg 4, and then we're gonna go 3, 4, 5 in the final leg, and hopefully we can go ahead and make more than $100. Because this is one of those days at Santa Anita where pick 4s and pick 5s really don't pay that much, but it could, because the way the card is set up. So I'm thinking to myself, the highest you can probably get is $1,500 to $2,000 today. The lowest you can probably get today in some of these races, especially the pick 4, you might get back $40. Okay, so you just have to prepare yourself for possible chalky tickets. But the pick 5 is always a ticket that's a little funner because you can always catch a price within the group. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, unless you get what happened to me on the first Saturday where I hit the pick 5, but we only made like we only made $233 off the bet, and we put up a $96 ticket. This is a $72 ticket. So let's go ahead. We move on to race 6. Race 6, we have the allowance optional claimers, $63,000. We got actually back-to-back allowance optional claimers. And I'm going to go with a horse by the name of So Very Smart. Horse is trained by Doug O'Neill, going to be ridden by Abel Cedillo. This horse finished first last time out at Santa Anita, which was actually last Friday. The horse was a 6-5 favorite and went ahead and won for fun that day, and it was in a maiden claiming race. Now that horse is graduated and now is in an optional claimer. The horse was very, very close to winning at Del Mar, so the horse is in good form right now. So I really truly think that the 6-1 number is the right number for this time of the day. And hopefully we can stick to that number as well too. But most likely this number will go down. But Delta Wind is a monster favorite because the horse is tough. And the horse is well rested as well too. The horse is not ran since August 29th, and that was right after a win over at Del Mar in the same conditions, 6 furlongs on the turf, and it was a maiden special weight for 70,000. So this horse is going to be a big favorite because it is coming with the class. So we'll see how it goes, see how it shakes out. But I think that the horse may need another race, or just you might want to just get a race in right before the meet closes and get this horse back around for the and probably we'll see this horse in a few weeks down at Del Mar as well too. All right, so we got Delta Win in the group, and then we got Rain Diva, a horse for courses. This horse actually finished 4th last time out at Los Alamitos on the 26th. This was actually the horse that was running under the lights. I like to say that when it comes to the quarter horse track, because this horse was in a 4.5, was in 1,000-yard race. So usually horses like this are really fast. You know what I mean? So if they can break a certain way and break really well, then they can go ahead and probably wire this group. This horse has already won at this condition before at Santa Anita and was in the same exact race as well too. So this was back in October of last year. So sometimes horses run really well in certain times of the year. And this horse looks like it runs very well in the fall. So you have to watch out for this horse. Rain Diva has a big shot. You got Mark Glatt training the horse while Kyle Frey is riding the horse. So we'll see how it goes. and see how it shakes out. Then we have Tizza Breeze. I said it's the horse's actual name is Tizza Master. Tizza Master is another Seren Desormo hookup, and this horse actually finished dead last time out, lost by 22 lengths, but was a 12-1 winner back on the 6th of August at Del Mar. The horse finished pretty well back in March of 2020 at Santa Anita in the opening race of the day. But the next time out on the 23rd of May in 2020, this horse went ahead and actually finished dead last. So, Tis a Master. This horse is kind of inconsistent, but I think with the time off that this horse has had, I think that this horse should be able to run big, and it's used to Santa Anita as well too. So that's going to be race 6 for you, and we move on to race 7. Race 7, we're going to go with a horse by the name of Rose Maddox. Rose Maddox is going to be trained by Steve Maietti, and this horse was this horse won on debut, and this was up at Golden Gate on the synthetic. Now you transfer the horse over to the turf and have the horse go the mile. And usually this works out pretty well for Steve Maietti. And Steve Maietti always brings a horse that has some life to it. I've been able to really make a good amount of money off of Steve Maietti horses. And usually when he gives the horse like a full name, the horse is pretty good. And I'm still wondering what happened to one of my favorite horses, Mr. Hinks. I'm still waiting on Hinks. Yeah, horse that he was a Steve Maietti horse that won on the turf and on the dirt, and actually won 2 lower stakes races on both surfaces as well too. The horse was really, really good, and it seemed like they were always making this horse like 7-2 or better. Like nobody really was believing in the horse, and I actually was rocking with the horse since debut, and the horse won on debut at actually 15-1, and I had the horse that day. So that's why I deal with Steve Maietti, because he's given me a lot of good days with some pricey horses. But all in all, though, I'm not favoring him because of that. I think that Rose Maddox, the that setting up, that he's trying to be sneaky here and get himself a nice big check via Santa Anita. But Dendera is class on class. This horse is really, 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 really good. This horse finished 5th last time out in a stakes race, but the horse did win at Del Mar back on the 12th of August, and it was 2-1 that day as well, and got themselves a pretty good win, breaking their maiden. So they took the horse straight from a maiden straight into the stakes race. So now you're coming out of that situation, and this is only the horse's 4th start as well too. So you're bringing the horse back to build confidence back into the horse. From what I can see here, that race was on September 5th. That was about 6 weeks ago. So this is kind of like on time when it comes to Sadler. And then we have in our 3rd hole, it's going to be Distorted Diva. Walter Solis is the trainer for this horse. The horse finished dead last time at Del Mar on the 5th of September in the same stakes race, but was a big long shot. So nobody really took that horse seriously that day. But this horse did go ahead and win back on the 13th of August, and the horse broke their maiden that day as well too. And last time out of Santa Anita, the horse finished 2nd, losing by 7 lengths. So the horse can go ahead and remember that performance and try to rock out. And this horse has been in the money 2 out of the 3 times it's ran at Santa Anita. So pretty much you put that into fruition. And the last time out, the horse ran into in a race that had a lot. That was a big purse at Santa Anita. Was a big purse as well too, $61,000, and won at 70K maiden special weight. So this is why you have to take this horse very seriously in this spot. I know it finished dead last, but it was in a stakes race as well too. All right, so we move on and let's go ahead and talk about the nightcap, which is going to be a starter optional claimer, $28,000, another mile race as well too. And this one is going to be a race where I'm going to go to La Pulcinella. This horse is going to be trained by Jonathan Wong, first time with blinkers as well too. Kyle Frey is riding this horse. They are a ultimate combination. This horse won over at Del Mar on the 13th of August as a 1-2 favorite, came back around as an even money favorite at Golden Gate, wound up finishing second. So this horse in the last 4 races that I can see has been second, first, and second. So that means that this horse will be in the thick of things. And I think that actually the horse goes ahead and takes care of their business after what occurred up here at Golden Gate with the group that they were in. Even though it was a claiming race and everything like that, we have to understand everything is lower rung at Golden Gate compared to Santa Anita. Their big purse for the day will be like a 52,000 for a maiden special weight or something like that, or $17,000 claimer and things like that. So you can't sit up here and think that is bad. It's just that their purses are a lot less than Santa Anita's, okay? Because Santa Anita is the great race place, so that's why you're going to get those. But we're going to go with the 5-2 horse here. It's not the favorite either. Naughty 11 is seen as a lot of insiders like this horse a lot, and Berto Rispoli is going to be riding this horse. Derek Meredith is the trainer for this horse as well, too. So Naughty 11 has some value to it, but it will probably go down by the time we get to the gate. And then Brittle and You. Trained by Ron Ellis, written by Jessica Pfeiffer. And Jessica Pfeiffer, hopefully we'll see her get one of those big awards in the wintertime as well, too. She's been incredible this year, debuting and being one of the best female jockeys in the nation, and one of the best jockeys in the state of California and on the West Coast as well, too. So you guys keep your eye out on Jessica Pfeiffer. She's on the big things. But yeah, we're gonna go with Brittle and Yo, and that horse will be in the third hole. Then we're gonna add in Beirut Beauty. Beirut Beauty is gonna be trained by Mike McCarthy, written by JJ Hernandez. So the combination is good. The horse is just the horse has that Los Alamitos win up under its belt. So we had to test this horse to see if it's more than capable of keeping up with a group like this, because we all know how it works over at Los Alamitos. And then we end off with Bossy Soul. Bossy Soul, trained by Jorge Paraban, and is going to be ridden by Diego Herrera. And this horse did win a maiden claimer, $25,000 purse over at Del Mar. Horse wound up finishing first, was 2-1 that day. And last time out, the horse wound up finishing 8th out of 9 horses over at Los Alamitos. So I think that the condition was just a bit too much for this horse. They bring the horse back down just a little bit, and I think that this will be a good spot for the horse because it's a starter optional claimer, and this horse broke its maiden on a maiden claimer and has ran well in those conditions against that group. So we'll see how it goes, see how it shakes out. Hopefully we can go ahead and hit a nice super high 5 to end the day, and we'll go from there. All right, so here we go with the late pick 4. Late pick 4 is going to be a $36 investment. We're going to go ahead and take the 1, 2, 4, 5 in race 1. Then we're going to take the 1, 2, 3 in race 2. In leg 2. In leg 3, we're going to take the 1 and the 2, and then we're going to finish up with the 3, 4, 5. This is going to give us a $36 investment for this ticket, races 5 through 8, and that's going to be your card today for the great race place, Santa Anita. So you guys make sure to tune in at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time on TVG, or you guys can go ahead and watch it on the TVG app, and you guys can go ahead and get your winners in. Make sure you guys fill up your stables to a nice degree and a nice get your stables right and everything like that on Stable Duel, and hopefully you guys can go ahead and get a big winner. And as I always say, I'm still waiting for somebody to come over and say, hey, Pop, thanks for all the good plays so we can celebrate together. So make sure you work pretty quickly because you only got about 20 more minutes, but you guys make sure to stick around. Primetime Angles is coming up in the next 30 minutes. So you guys just stick around, man. It's a day full of a lot of sports. We got horse racing going on today. You got some boxing going on this weekend as well, too. You also have college football tonight. You have the NFL Sunday. We got the NBA back tonight as well, too. So you guys make sure to tune in. I got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. And so there it is. And once again, you guys get your horses in. Let's make some money today over at the Great Race Place, okay? It's your boy, the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper, and this is Horsin' Around, presented by Stable Duel, and I bid adieu.